Ladies and gentlemen, hello, what's up? So we are going to be playing the first gym of Pokemon Crystal today. I don't know what we're calling this yet. Maybe I've been wondering about maybe Smith's Crystal, but I haven't sat down with this ROM in like probably it's been a year since I've actually played this. This has been a long work in progress, and over the last 2 months I've kind of come back to this. But yeah, this like I've been working so much on this. There's been so much like excitement over you guys, like so many people coming into this project over the last month, and there's so much hype for it. We're not going to be able to get a new video out this weekend because I need to fix the one we did last weekend because it had a bunch of errors and I've changed a bunch of Pokemon and stuff since that. So doing a re-upload of that this week. And what I wanted to do, since I'm not going to be able to get a new video out this week, is give you guys something. And in doing so, I'm also just, I need to play this myself, like I said, because it's been a while since I've really touched this. So yeah, a fun little, I guess, just to even start into this, like we'll just like as a little bit of a play test. I'm gonna be feeling things out. Very first change I made to this, I remember I was so like adamant about this is your mom always will tell you how to use this the thing, the Pokegear, even if you know how to use it. So do you know how to use the phone? I say yes. She says, great, I won't say how to use it. And that's it. That was the first change. I was like, if I'm going to fix this game, it always bothered me so much that your mom would tell you how to use it, even if you said you knew how to use it. So just a small change there. So yeah, we're gonna run through. Also, I feel like for me, I'm so caught up in like just this document with numbers and changes and fixes, and I'm like, man, I kind of need to just like get back to the game. You know what I mean? Like I need to be like, right, we are playing Crystal. You know what I'm saying? I know there's just like a lot of black on my screen. It's not really an optimized, I don't know. Is that there? I'm more here now. Hello. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna rock. You know what? Let's rock Chikorita, just because Chikorita has seen the most changes. And Chikorita is not really that much better in the early game, to be honest. It gets Vine Whip and Razor Leaf now. I really tried to do a lot. Like it's gonna get Giga Drain early. But I don't know. Let's just rock Chikorita just to see like that running Chikorita is now a little more balanced. Yeah. I think all the starters, they all get like a stab move by level 9 now instead of 11. Because I really hated that Totodile wouldn't have a water move by the time you sometimes get to Union Cave. So I wanted to change that, but I gave Chikorita even an earlier stab move just to give it like a little bit of a very, very early game boost. So I think it's level 6 it gets Vine Whip. So this route, I believe, has been unchanged as far as Pokemon go. The reason being is that I kind of like what the options are here, but the one thing we have changed is, boom, a little experience share. That's just, to me, like, I don't think experience share breaks the game. I think really it's just purely quality of life improvements. So, you know, everything here is still open to being changed, but I kind of like just, there it is, grab it. Like, you know, I get how annoying it is to like swap train Pokemon. Let's just get in an encounter just to, I don't know. You know, it's Pidgey, it's Rattata. But the thing I found is like, then the next route is Pidgey and Rattata, and then the next route is Pidgey and Rattata, and that's gonna change. But I like the opening route kind of being like your intro guys. The Mart, I don't think this Mart has been changed, but I did say screw it. I think you can just buy Pokeballs out the gate here. Oh, you can buy repels now. Cheap repels. Just quality of life. Quality of life. So, Pidgey and Geodude are good first route Johto Pokemon. No, but there's also Hoppip and Sentret, so like it feels fine to me. Because again, Johto is an extension of Kanto. Like, it's not its own. You can't come into this with like the mindset of like how they made Hoenn and Sinnoh and all that. It's like this is just half of a region, really. You know what I mean? So like it's going to have a lot of Kanto Pokemon. It's a celebration of Kanto, really, because it's Gen 1 Part 2. So you're gonna have a lot of those guys, you know. And that's why we don't want to like make those big changes, like just Gen 2 Pokemon, you know. It's Gen 1, but with some more spice to it. The early game dragon or ice type? No, there is not. All right, so this route, I guess we can show off because there are some new faces on here. I believe there's always just been a free potion there. Yeah. Yeah, Geodude is. I agree. Like Geodude is the best. Geodude is better than any of the starters for the early game. I also think I missed put Poliwag in the day. Just because I know people like Poliwag, and sometimes the whole night system is annoying. So Steve SBU with the $5 super chat says, I'd love the series so far. I'm not a huge Gen 2 guy, but I might actually try out when releases and have my first non-Heart Gold Soul Silver Gen 2 experience. I love it. I support it. All right, this is just going to be a really slow fight, but we will get Chikorita a level up, maybe. Or even just to mix. Oh, there's the level up. Okay, so there you go. Chikorita learns Vine-Whip at level 6 now. Just if you want a 100% accurate grass move, that was kind of it for me, you know? Because Razor Leaf is better than Ember and Water Gun. Like Vine-Whip is kind of the equivalent, but Razor Leaf is... So there's a new face. Look. Pikachu and Eevee on this route. Oh, wow, Pikachu's fast. I don't know. Let me know what you think of that. I kind of wanted to just put these two fan favorites early in the game for people if they want to run it. There's your Eevee. I don't know. I don't know. I'm open with it. You know, you still got like Caterpie and Poliwag. You know, but they're there too. I kind of like that. I think. Like, I don't think Pikachu is super game breaking. But yeah. We also have It's Joyo. This is an amazing speed run. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Yeah, we're speed running. And then Aaron with the $1 super chat who says sunglasses emoji. Pikachu and Geodude, Rip Faulkner. And that's the thing, like people are saying like, oh, you have a Noctowl for Faulkner's ace now. That's so strong for the first gym leader. But the thing is with Faulkner is he's actually like his Pidgeotto actually has higher attack and defense than his Noctowl. It just has higher HP and really high special defense. That's like kind of its thing. So you know, and obviously like the fact that Chikorita gets Vine Whip here, it doesn't really change a lot because like you're still fighting a Cyndaquil. So you know, I thought about moving it to level 6. That was like a change I thought about doing. But the thing with the rival is his like, basically every trainer has a value for what their DVs will be, which are Gen 2 equivalent of IVs, which are just like what determines like their growth, basically, the stats. And because he's like a late game fight who's really good, like there's not like a changing value for him as a trainer. So that early Pokemon, like it has really high DVs. At a time where like your Pokemon isn't going to have that equivalent and you're not going to be like, I don't know, like EV trained or anything. So basically like that starter is like quite strong relatively. And without the berry, it's usually a fight that is a little bit down to luck unless you train to like 7. But usually we're lazy and we do like 5 or 6. So I decided to just leave it at 5. I'm not trying to make it a difficulty hack. I'm just trying to make it like appropriately curved. David says early Pikachu and Eevee, let's go. Okay, I like the love for that. Can you update Bill's dad to be outside the casino every day? It would make the move tutor more accessible than once a week. Yeah, I would. Is that Bill's dad? I don't know that. Thank you for the super chat as well. All right, we're just gonna go AAA. I think I want to do that maybe after you have 8 gym badges. To me, like, I don't think you should be getting access to Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, Ice Beam early, but it's also annoying that, like, the Elite Four is pretty good now, so I kind of think it's a little balanced. Wow, I had no idea that was Bill's dad. I love that I'm still learning things about this game, like, 25 years later. Oh, he's a gambling addict. Whoa. Oh, it's the guy from the YouTube videos. I like that. I like that as a, that's who I am. I'm not just the zombies guy. Actually, we don't. Okay, she's just going to take our money. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. This guy doesn't need to show us how to catch Pokemon. Let's just fly through here. So we got Pidgey. We got Pidgey. We got Sentra. We got Hoppip. You know the deal. Up here, I don't know if anything's changed. I think the rate for Phanpy has gone up, and you can get Phanpy in the day now. Let's see, what's Phanpy? Yeah, Phanpy gets early ground moves now, so it's not absolutely terrible. So sure, let's catch yourselves a Phanpy. Love the passion for the GOAT game, which is insanely flawed now. Yeah. Man, I'm just like so happy people are like pumped about this project, because I was like, I mean, this channel I was kind of like, was really an experiment for me, just like learning the YouTube algorithm a little bit, where I was like, let's see what else is on here. I think there might be Teddy Ursa here now, but it might be not here. And I don't know. I feel like there is a case to be said for making content that is like meaningful to you. And I was like, this is probably not going to do as well. Geodude's super goated, by the way. Geodude is so good. I'm not even going to catch Geodude because it's literally like busted. It is super effective against the first gym, like solos the second gym, resists Whitney, gets ground moves for the fourth gym against the poison. Like, it's so good. So anyway, really pumped about the excitement that people have for this, because to me, it's like something that's a little more meaningful and I'm really excited about, rather than like kind of like I was having fun with like the list videos we were making, but this is a lot more fun. Zero IQ Requiem says, looking forward to this. Excited to play a Johto game with the proper level curve. Is Mareep going to be available? Yes. I'm putting Mareep before the first gym. I don't know. They said he was a madman. The route before Violet City is where you can get it. Also, I've not made trainers give you more money, but I've made a lot of things cheaper, to kind of reflect the more modern game. Like potions, for example, you know, it's your call if you want to use potions in game. In my opinion, it kind of breaks the difficulty of the game, but if you want to do that, go ahead. For me, a lot of these items are just quality of life. Like, oh, I don't have to go back to the Pokemon Center a bunch of times, so things are a little bit cheaper, you know? Gen 2 games have always been my favorite, even though there's a lot wrong with them, so I'm really excited to play this Romhack soon. What's up, Vin? I recognize that name. Thank you for the super chat. Add the Safari Zone. It's in there. I'm thinking about it. Like, there's no... I don't really want to add locations to... I don't want to add locations to Johto, because I feel like Johto is full. But I also... I want to... I don't know. There's a part of me that does kind of want to, like... Maybe, like, add back the missing locations of Gen 2. It would be a lot of work. Like, that is, like, a big addition. I removed the ability to flee. I don't know. For me, it just never really added a whole lot and just made things annoying. So I don't think there's any Pokemon that flee now. Like even the roaming dogs won't flee. Okay, so first fight, we got youngster Joey. I think level 4 Rattata is what he always had. Maybe it was a level 2? I think he always had a level 4 Rattata. Vine Whips feels good, you know? Like, that's a 3-shot at level 7. It's not that strong, but we're just trying to make Chikorita better, you know? Kanto could do with some more content. Yeah, I agree. Currently, it's basically just, like, a really hard gym rush right now. Like, it used to just be really easy gyms. Now the gyms are all, like, competitive. Like, I think there's a group of people who will not be able to beat Kanto, is what I would say. Like, you have to actually be kind of decent if you're gonna beat Kanto. You should be able to beat, like, up to the Elite Four. It's harder than it was, but you're given more options. Okay, so there's a change. We have a Hoot on this guy instead of a Pidgey. I think that feels okay. Honestly, it does feel like a little weird to me, rather than I changed the Hoot for a Pidgey. But I think it was just to kind of be like, hey, there's some variation to this game. Oh, you know what we did? This person had a Pidgey and a Rattata, and now it's a Noctowl and a Sentret. That makes sense, because it's like, hey, here's some Gen 2 Pokemon. Yeah, I like that. I actually, right, I forgot. But it's like, you know, the kind of, the Gen 2 equivalents. Non-fleeing roamers sound more than a little bit scary. True, it does, yeah. Because if you encounter one in the early game, you might get wrecked. I don't know. No, this is not available yet. It's not done. So what you're looking at is just a, I guess you'd call it a beta. Like there's an Eevee. I don't think I want to catch an Eevee, just simply because we're not going to be playing like super far into this, and Eevee's kind of like a Pokemon you want for the long run. Like we certainly don't have a team for Faulkner right now, but yeah, there's info on everything if you guys go to the Discord. I think if you go to our most recent video, there should be a link to the Discord, and in the Discord there should be a document that tells you generally where everything is at right now. Like, it's constantly being updated, so it's not always there. But you want to give me 1 second? So we've got a Lediba on this team. Again, just showing off some new Pokemon. Just 1 second, putting the fan on. All right, we're back. Swap out Whitney's Clefairy for something else. No, I think Clefairy stays. We just gave it a Teddiursa. There is still the one with Bill and Goldenrod, yeah. Okay, so there you go. Like, I think this was originally just like a Caterpie kind of trainer. I like giving it Lediba and Spinarak. Like, that's, hey, here's 2 new Gen 2 Pokemon, which are also available in this like area, right? Link in the description in this live stream. I hope that hasn't, I hope that Discord link isn't expired, but Bill could give one of the Gen 1 starters. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. So Route 31, we've got some new Pokemon here. We've got Bellsprout, yes. In this gen, you'll see the levels are like already starting to keep up a little bit better. I think at this route normally it was like still like 2 to 4. Yeah, Whitney's gym is a giant Clefairy. Like, you cannot remove the Clefairy from Whitney. Oh, and Scully, I'm glad you actually asked about rare candies. Rare candies are going to be available in Violet City. Yeah, like again, it's your choice to use rare candies. Nuzlockers are big on using rare candies, and when I Nuzlock personally, I use rare candies. So yes, rare candies are available now. Also, I think I increased this. I don't know, maybe in Crystal. Oh, you can avoid this person. Yeah. Right, so we're making changes, but again, it's kind of finding that middle ground. Like, this person always had a Weedle. The parity is changed a little bit, but also trying to make the levels a little higher. I think I'm realizing I originally had Faulkner at level 9, and I just before I went live with this, I was like, let's try buffing him to 10, because someone suggested it, but I'm almost wondering if we want it to be at 11 cap. Because if you were Nuzlocking, like, you've only got 2 levels left for Chikorita before. Oh, and a Pineco. That's kind of different. Oh god, what does this thing have? Protect. Does it just have Protect? That's really annoying. Okay. So it does have Tackle. Oh, okay. It's Protect and Tackle. I might make Pineco learn that a little bit later, just out of annoyance, because that's stupid. Learns Protect after level 5. Does the EXP share work like Modern? You give to one Pokemon, and it gives half of the experience learned to that one Pokemon. It's not like it's going to all the team. It just goes to one Pokemon. This is why we playtest, yeah. But yeah, like, level 10... So here's the thing with Crystal. You could always play... There's your Teddy Ursa. Yeah. I like Teddy Ursa here. It just feels like it should be an early game option. I don't think that will kill. Nice. All right, let's catch Teddy Ursa. You could play the early game, and nice, we caught it, and not do Sprout Tower, and you would be fine to face Faulkner. So where we're at, like, if I had a Totodile, I could run the 2 junior trainers there. I would have like a level 10 Totodile, and me being like silly and ballsy, I could probably try to just solo him with a Totodile. But if I don't feel confident in that, then you can go to Sprout Tower and like get some of your team trained up, you know? That's kind of like, to me, what I like about it. Oh, we got a $10 super chat from Clodhopper. Concerned Nintendo may send this Romhack DMCA takedown. I want to make Romhacks too, but if not, if Nintendo's just going to take it down. They have a long history of disrespecting their fans. I mean, I don't know, because how you do it is you just make a patch of the ROM. So like I think what people do is like, you have to acquire the ROM on your own terms legally, and then you are just applying a patch to it, which is just changing the things, which I think is how a lot of ROM hack people get it, is like, you're not actually distributing like a ROM illegally. You're just, you know, you're using the one that you have and you acquired legally. But I don't know, because currently, like, I mean, I don't know, like, I mean, it is something that is a little bit of a thought process. Oh, hey, Larvitar. So level 2 Larvitar, it's yours for the catch if you want to like grind it through the whole game. Larvitar's not great. It's been given some better moves. It is definitely a hard catch, so I'm not gonna, but I just wanted to show that off. Yeah, as long as it's a patch and it's not profit, I think it should be good. And this isn't a for-profit project. Like, I mean, I am profiting, but I'm not. I'm making YouTube videos about it. But there's nothing to like legally there. Like, I'm just making videos saying like, hey, this is how I would change Crystal. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm gonna sell this ROM hack or like, you know what I mean? Or like illegally distribute the ROM, you know? So I don't think that goes against Nintendo's turn. I know they don't like ROM hacks. But when you're just distributing an IPS patch that just changes the in-game data, I think apparently that is not illegal, is what I've heard. And anyway, so more changes. We have the rare candy right here. There you go. 99 rare candies. You don't want to grind? There you go. You don't have to anymore. It's beautiful. Yeah. Very, very powerful early game. It is not. I don't know why people... Like, I've seen so many people say, like, oh my god, Larvitar that early is so broken. It's just not. Like, look at Larvitar's stats. I mean, I can pull them up for you. Larvitar's stats are... We're going to check out what's over here, too. 300 base stats. Pidgey, for example, is 250. Spinarak is 250. The starter is actually higher. I think it's like 320, maybe? It might even just be 300. Doesn't evolve till level 30 into Pupitar. So Growlithe is here. Growlithe was always here, though. It's just not. Yeah. Okay, Growlithe. Is Houndour a night appearance here? Because that would actually be kind of cool if I did that. Because I want it to be some night appearances, but like I just... Yeah, like there's Houndour. Maybe we should make Houndour only appear at night here. Appears at night on Route 36. I wanted to make Houndour an early option for players. But maybe it would be cooler to make it appear at just night. Like, that feels a little weird to see Houndour and... You know what I mean? It's like, if you, like when you go into the game, you get to set the time, right? So you can be like, okay, I can start at night because I want to get Houndour, or I can start in the day because I want to get Growlithe, you know? I mean, maybe that's a change we want to make. But yeah, so that's that. You know, I do feel like it would feel better at night, but let's just catch a Houndour. Just to... have a fire Pokemon for Sprout Tower. Yeah, because I wanted to make it like quality of life like a little bit better. Like I didn't want like time of day to be like super... Wow, this is actually like a bit of a tough catch from forgetting. But also, like, there are some things that just make sense, you know? And Houndour is a bit of a rare Pokemon, so it should be, like, kind of hard to find, you know? Not an easy catch either. Alrighty. Let's go Phanpy. Let's give an item to Houndour. Let's give it... No, wait. Actually, let's give it to Teddy Ursa. Because... Wait, did I... Okay, I'm silly. This is the thing now, is I'm aware of like giving too many options in the early game, because then it's like you're gonna have a full team of 6 before like you're even, you know, into it. But also like I like personally being able to like build a team before, like build most of a team by like the 3rd gym. It's just kind of how I like to play. And again, it's giving players the option. As for Sprout Tower, I have made the decision to remove the Hoothoots and add in more grass Pokemon. So this guy always had 3 Bellsprouts. He still has a Bellsprout. But I was like, what if we just like throw in some other Pokemon? So Bellsprouts. And then his last option is like here, like a Hoppip. Just throw it in like some more grass Pokemon. I guess I wanted to maybe turn this more into like a grass place rather than like just a straight, like literally Bellsprout plus like 2 Hoothoots. Because you see Noctowl in the first gym. So David Maddox, since we have early fire types, can Bugsy have Scizor? No. Jasmine's got a Scizor, so it wouldn't really make sense. Also, like, Caesar's just way too... Like, a Steel type in the early game, even though it would be doable if you have a Fire type, there's just a lot wrong with that, especially because like Caesar is like more of a steel type. Do you know what I mean? Scyther is like the bug type. And I think removing that, like, again, I think we're struggling with a bit, I think, is like I've tried to put out like the thought process that I have with the ROM, but I think a lot of people still don't know is like, we're not just trying to make changes because it would be cool. Like, we want to keep the game as familiar as possible while making like changes here and there that like don't really make it feel foreign, but make the experience better. And to me, like, giving him a Caesar just doesn't feel right with that sort of perspective. So hopefully that makes sense. Oh yeah, Hoppip has Gust now because before it only had Splash. Yeah, Caesar does. No, it's just, again, it's a steel type primarily. Like, it's a steel Pokemon. Yeah. Noctowl does not get a buff. A lot of people have, like I said, are like, yo, Noctowl's way too strong for the first gym, but it has lower attack, lower defense than Pidgeotto. It's just bulky. So it's, to me, like there, Sunkern instead of another Bellsprout, to me, I'm just like, that's a little bit of variation that I like here, you know? Also, I feel like Sunkern really fits this place because, like, Sprout, like, Sunkern is kind of a sprout, you know? It's not a Bellsprout, but it is kind of like a sapling, a seed. It's a seed, right? So. Is Viridian Forest still a corn maze in this hack? Currently, yeah. None of that has changed yet. I think it would be interesting to maybe put like turn this from an X accuracy into something useful. Sprout Tower X accuracy, a cooler item. Oh, the other thing is the Onyx you can get from trade is now going to come with a Hardstone, which boosts rock moves a little bit. So if you really want to try to be big brained, you could like get a Geodude and give it that. Houndour's a bit of, I was gonna say a bit of a slow grower, but I forgot it's okay. So this is the one guy, still has 3 Bellsprouts. But you know, you're going through here now. It's not 3 trainers with the exact same 3 teams. It's slightly different. Something I also hated, I think it's, oh, there's Ghastly. Oh yeah, so Ghastly appears a lot more on this floor now, all the time, because we like Ghastly, and I want people to be able to catch Ghastly easily. Also makes it a little easier for Nuzlockers, because I think it's the only thing that appears up here, and the other 2 floors are Rattatas. So like, if you really wanted to Nuzlocke Ghastly, that kind of makes life a little bit easier. Listen, I tried to make some things with for Nuzlockers in mind. Oh, X accuracy is for Mudslap. Yeah. So that guy's just got the single dude. I think this guy has got something a little different. Okay, so a Hoppip as well. So yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I always felt like this was kind of just like a training grounds. Wait, I really just hit roar, didn't I? Okay. Like, I don't think this was ever meant to be super hard. And now that there's 2 available fire types, you know, you can pick up one. There's also some better. I guess there's no better, like, still the options are like Pidgey and Sparrow for a flyer, but you shouldn't have a, like, you know, it's certainly not meant to be a place that you're going to struggle with, but I like it kind of being a little more grass devoted. Yeah, there's like so many changes that I think people are asking, and I just like, if you haven't like watched the videos that we've put out, like maybe watch those because, you know, there's a lot of questions that I think people would know if, you know, just, you know, yeah. Still escape rope, cool. Yeah. Oh, the thing I was saying is I swear in Gold and Silver, the Sprouts are actually like the color of, like Bellsprouts. And this, they're just brown because of like, it's just like game data, like save, like, like RAM and stuff, I think. But I always found that kind of weird. Also, a lot of people are asking about like where are Pokemon. They're gonna have a full video on that soon. My goal is to make most Pokemon available in Johto. I know a lot of people have actually expressed interest, like they really want to be able to catch all 251. So currently, the only Pokemon not available are Mewtwo and Mew. I put the birds in their respective locations with a 1% encounter rate. Oh yeah, so Sage Lee, the final boss here, I should mention this first. He's got an Oddish because it is kind of like a Sprout, I think a Sunkern and a Bellsprout. So it's like the three like kind of Sprout Pokemon of this game. Anyway, what I was it's almost like a mini gym, you know? It's like a mini grass gym. So with the birds, I just put them at their respective locations, like where you would expect them to be. So outside the power plant, outside of Victory Road, but like the Silver Cave entrance area. So like when you're on your way to fight Red, there's like a location that has really strong Pokemon, but there's not a lot of really strong Pokemon. So I put Moltres there. I don't know about Articuno yet. We'll figure that out. But again, the idea is that like the legendary birds are not like singularly unique. There's more than one like Articuno in the world. They're just very rare. According to like lore and everything, they're not actually one of a kind like Mewtwo, Ho-Oh, Mew, whatever. So I thought it was fine to just maybe put them in the grass. But yes, I don't know. There's going to be like some complicated coding to go about the Mew and Mew problem. Because I guess like I don't really mind telling people this. Like Red is going to have a Mewtwo instead of Espeon. It makes a lot more sense to me. Because Red's team is meant to be like a composition of the player's experience through Yellow. And the last Pokemon that you would always catch, obviously, is like a, you know, is a Mewtwo, right? And I kind of think that's why they chose, like they wanted to go with an evolution. Espeon kind of fills out the team, and it's like, oh, he's like experimenting with new Pokemon. But to me, like Mewtwo is just a lot cooler for a final fight. Mew is not one of a kind, though. Mew is one of a kind. Yeah, Mew is like the... Well, there's a few Pokemon that are like the first, but it's like the DNA Pokemon. Yeah, it's kind of like... Yeah. I've never heard an argument that Mew is not one of a kind. There are also multiple Mewtwo. Are you sure about that? I believe Mewtwo is... exists as a true legendary. Oh, also, Gen 1 starters will be available on your way to the Elite Four, level 5, the three of them. So, I think it's Route 26 is right before Victory Road. You can find all three of them, like one in day, one in morning, one at night at level 5. And the same is said for the Johto starters on Route 27. Let's put Teddiursa up. Multiple Mewtwo in the movies. Okay, so Mewtwo. So not. We're not looking at like. Actually, I don't know. So I'm seeing some questions on Christian's asking, I think this was covered on stream. Do you think you can make Mew available via key item? I don't know what I want to do for Mew, because the thing is, Mew was not available in Gen 1. So it's very weird for me. Like, I think personally, if you wanted to go like defeat Red after you beat him, like as soon as you beat him, like he disappears, make Mewtwo available, like, in that cutscene. Like, he basically just, like, leaves Mewtwo there for you to catch. That would be really hard to program and is, like, way beyond my level of understanding. But I think that would be really cool. I think that would be, like, a cool little thing. Mew feels weird. It feels very weird. Yeah, and again, sorry, I kind of got cut off myself, but movies are, like, not really canon, because there's also, like, a Lugia with a baby, you know, and Lugia is, like, a one-of-a-kind in the games. I mean, Mew under the truck. But, like, that's also just, like, so corny. Like, it's, to me, like, it's not even like, oh, that would be such a cool nod. It's, like, it's just, like, too known. Growlithe is always available right there, actually. Yeah, I'm programming everything myself, so I think people are like, yo, is this game out? Like, this is just a version of, like, the changes I've made so far, so it's not final. Anyway, so we're going up to this final gym here, or this first gym here. So this guy's, like, unchanged. The junior trainers here are the exact same. Because it felt fine. There's really not a lot of changes here. Now, honestly, I'm going into this like, dang, this might not be the easiest fight I've ever seen. So let's see. Let's see how Faulkner goes. I fought every trainer possible. I have 4 Pokemon on my team. How does a Faulkner fight feel? We've removed the. Oh, there was a Natu on his team. I didn't love it. I wasn't in love with it. It felt a little off. Natu doesn't feels like more of a psychic type than it's like mainly psychic in my opinion. So we just went Pidgey as always and Noctowl instead of the Pidgeotto. All right, so level 8 now. That's right. Oh, Growlithe was always available early in Crystal, but yes, not Gold and Silver. So obviously this isn't like the best matchup, but Chikorita will get dusted by Noctowl, so I just figured use it now. Natu is cute though. Chikorita none of the starters got stat buffs, but they have had their move pools improve quite a bit. I think Chikorita learning Giga Drain, I think, is the biggest thing for it, because now it can deal damage and heal, which kind of like lends itself to being like that bulky, like kind of utility, but also able to damage Pokemon. I think it's in a much better place. It's never going to be the best. No grass type is in Johto, but it's all right. Yeah, Faulkner is a bird user, but like think about what Faulkner really is like to me Faulkner feels like flying. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yes, Natu is a bird, but Natu is like a play off of a bird. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it's almost like it's like this creative move off of it where like you just have normal birds. Do you know what I mean? And I think like giving him a Noctowl and a oh wow, this thing's really kind of strong. But anyway, like giving it like these options, I think it's just like he almost starts to feel like less focused on flying types, and like he almost like Noctowl's got a psychic vibe, right? The same, honestly, I don't know if we'll win this fight, but the same could be said for like Natu, obviously. So it just like it feels like too far removed. I kind of like just keeping the normal flyers on his team because it is the first gym. I don't want it feeling like really out there for a team member. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Yeah, Natu just doesn't seem like a flyer. Yeah. Faulkner's a normal type trainer. That's funny. All right, so Noctowl, the big ace. So this thing is pretty good. Like I'm sitting here like, damn, does it even make sense to throw Leer on this? Because our boy is... Like, if I hit a scratch here, I just don't see it doing a lot of damage. Like, honestly, we're definitely in... Okay. It doesn't have the craziest defense. We will get one more hit on it. I think we actually will be good. That was more damage than I expected. Cool. So, I didn't go with Geodude. I didn't go with Larvitar. I fought all the trainers. I was not over-leveled. I also don't have Totodile or Cyndaquil. The fight was very down to the last little bit. That's the thing, though. It is physically, or special defense, very bulky. So actually, did we lose this? Will this two-shot? Okay. Wow. Unless this crits, we win. Oh my god. Okay, so not an easy fight, but again, I did not not level capped. I went with Chikorita, so the worst option, and I didn't catch any rock types. So to me, I would say Falconer feels all right. You know, you can go with the worst option. You can not go grab a rock type, and you can still beat him. Scripted. That was actually crazy. Cool. So how long have we been streaming for? Because maybe we should just play through to Bugsy, simply because there's not a lot of level curving that needed to be done in this early section. I mean, it's really like the second half of the game that needs it. But I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people here enjoying this, and I would be down to keep going. Yeah, we still had the berry, and also I didn't use all the berries, so there was a lot that could have been done better. Also, just random side note, if you want to catch Unknown, it comes with Ancient Power now. Hidden Power, Ancient Power. It felt right, and I was like, that would actually give Unknown a very singular use, in that if you were like really, I don't know, maybe you're Nuzlocking, it's another, like, you could just catch it Unknown, and then it comes with Ancient Power, and it's like, okay, it can do something against, you know, it was a thought. So yeah, Teddy Ursa was actually kind of like the MVP of that fight, though. It got a lot of damage off on Noctowl. Let's put the Miracle Seed on Chikorita. All right, so we got Wooper here. Wooper's actually buffed. I just buffed Wooper stats today. It's just up special defense and special attack up 10. Make it a little bulkier, make it Surfs do a little more, but didn't want to do too much for it. Earth Power and Super Power. You gotta brush up on your Gen 2 homework if you're suggesting that. That's all I'll say. Meganium is actually pretty strong. It is. The problem is not that Meganium is bad so much as Johto is like exists to hate grass types. Like I've said this a million times, but there's the Razor Leaf. You go Flying type, Bug type. There's Fanfi's Mud Slap, right? Little stab. You go Normal type. You go into Poison, like Ghost Poison. Then you're out here, so you can see the levels kind of starting to increase right here a little bit. You go Poison, so you're not super effective against that. Next one is Fighting, and he does have one Pokemon that you are super effective against, the Poliwrath. Then you go Jasmine, who she resists you quite all her team does. Then you go man, Teddy Ursa actually like has pretty good attack. It is stab scratch, but like I'm actually quite impressed with this guy. What's after? Oh, so Price, who you are super effective against his Dugong and his Seal, but they're also super effective against you. Piloswine is super effective against you, and then the dragons all resist you except for Kingdra, which is just really good, and you still can't do a lot against it. So yeah, if you put Chikorita in Gen 1, or just like you did a playthrough of Fire Red with Chikorita instead of Bulbasaur, you'd be like, oh, Chikorita's pretty good. Body Slam is a great move. Like, Body Slam, I think, is so underrated. 85 damage, like, that's nothing to sneeze at. And 30% chance to para is amazing. Like, you're slowing things down. You're giving them, like every 2 hits, they're not going to attack. Body Slam is fantastic. This thing's kind of strong. Is this ground type? I think it's just poison, right? Yeah, Chikorita's not really a physical attacker. So this is unchanged, I believe. I think this was always level 9. That's all good. Because Earth Rings thought it was super strong. Yeah, but I liked having... There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's your Mareep. It is available on the route before Violet as well, if you wanted it. That was the other option, right, is you also have Pikachu and Mareep for Falkner, which aren't great just because it's so gosh dang bulky, the Noctowl, but yeah. We got Ekans. Let's see, what do we got here? I think we got some changes on these teams. Like, there's a Quillfish, which instantly you're like, oh yeah, wow. Poison Sting has been buffed, if you can tell. Dang, bro. I'm about to wipe to this dude's Quillfish. Oh my god, it does have Bubble. Dang. Come on, miss. Miss. Yes. Haha. Miss. Dang it. Bro, I'm actually out here about to wipe. Oh my god, the big miss. The miss, let's go. These traders feel like a little strong, maybe. Like, I think, like, maybe they could be toned down. Like, Route 32, toned down 1 level. Like, I don't feel like I should be wiping. You know what I'm saying? I mean, also Quillfish? Maybe it's just that it's a Quillfish. Like, that's, like, pretty high base stats at this point. Route 32... Quillfish, level 9 to like 7 maybe, I think would be probably appropriate. No, I mean, Quillfish at this point in the game is quite strong. Great Ball. Also, maybe I'm just underleveled. Well, the thing is maybe I'm not you know what I mean? I'm underleveled because I put it there, but maybe I shouldn't be underleveled, you know? All right, Chikorita. You got a free win right here. Take it. Okay, so Wooper has been upped from 9 to 10, I think, maybe? There you go. That was a crit, too. Poor Wooper. Can we get a moment? Can we get an F in the chat for that Wooper? Just want to know what everyone has here, you know? Goldeen. Okay, so nothing crazy. But also, like... Oh my god, Chikorita with the crit to save itself, but like, damn, maybe, I don't know. I would actually think about toning these guys down a little bit. They're kind of cracked. Meryl. Oh my god, another crit. Poliwag. That feels all right, but I'm also like, maybe, I don't know why I'm going Houndour, because literally all I have is Ember. We'll hit it with a Leer. Again, I want it to be appropriately leveled, not like a difficulty hack. Yeah, in the Yellow Universe, Blue had an evolution. That is true, but I like Blue's team. I really like the team they gave Blue. To me, it feels more Blue, if I'm being honest. The evolution was always kind of up in the air, but I like him having his trio of Arcanine, Gyarados, and Exeggutor, so... That's why I don't really want to change it. All right, so that's a little look through there. We got a Bird Keeper up next. Oops. Take our level off. Yeah, I got that auto crit Razor Leaf running right now. I mean, that would make Chikorita really good. Dang, we have almost 400 people here, guys. I just want to take a moment to say thank you. This is sick. I love that there's this many people in here checking this out. His evolution is at home. Yeah. I don't know. I like his team without the evolution. Like again, it really feels like more like Blue's core, because Blue's team is Blue doesn't really have like a specific team. Like it changes so much, but what they gave him to me is like it's like the real standout Pokemon for Blue is like his trio of the elementals. And then, like, he always had his Pidgey. He always, like, Alakazam is, like, a staple on his team for me. And Rhydon kind of, like, fills it out and feels good, too. So, have I lost a single fight yet? No, but we were 1-8. Oh, a Yama! Oh, that's kind of different, but that's probably also really strong at this point in the game. Like, an easy kill for sure, but I might tone most down one level. Yanma 8 to 7 for sure. Cause yeah, again, these like final, like that's a final evolution Pokemon. That's a little strong. Any changes to any TMs? I have not. Razor Leaf is too strong. I don't think so. And again, Chikorita's kind of like weak in this game, so it needs Razor Leaf. Also, like that was so lucky. There's a 1 in 8 chance for Razor Leaf to crit. Yeah, 1 in 8 in this game. Is it 1 in 8? Is it higher? I'm honestly not even sure. All right, let's see what we got in here. I'm thinking I put Tyrogue in here, and I think I want to remove it. Yeah, Onix is really weak, so maybe 11 is okay. This guy was always like, he had like a level 2 Geodude, I swear. He's got a Tyrogue, which is actually like kind of an interesting choice for a team member. But I kind of like Tyrogue being like only available like through the Karate Master. Like I feel like it adds a bit of coolness to him. So we'll get rid of, I'll get rid of Growl on Chikorita. Reflect is a nice move to have. And a Corsola. Whoa, that's weird. That's the first Hiker. I think Hiker Russell shouldn't have, I think he should just have a Geodude. Geodude instead of Corsola. Like, again, you got to remember back to that, like, the standard, and then it's cool to go off the standard. But you got to set that standard first, right? And for a Hiker, like, I like Tyrogue, but Corsola feels a little too, like, creative for this early in the game. Oh, Razor Leaf is a 25% chance to crit in this game. Please keep Tyrogue in the early. I wish you could get Tyrogue earlier. Interesting. Crystal Corsola Sprite, that's funny. Yeah, you know, maybe you're right, because it is really hard to get to the Karate Master. Maybe we make the Karate Master give you something better. Like, I don't know. Yeah, Corsola just doesn't seem like it would be on a Hiker's team at this point. I am apt to agree with you guys. Tackle, why not Gust and Poison? Sting. Because the Earth Badge could imply the ground type should be prominent. Oh, no, that was just, that doesn't make the game cooler. Fighting Blue with Blue's team makes the game cooler. I like that choice. I like Slugma on the Fire Breather, because Slugma is available right outside here, and that kind of like, I feel like puts that in a little bit. Is like, I think one thing you can do to show trainers like where the new Pokemon are is like, you can give that Pokemon to a team member, to a person in the area. Karate Master gives Mew. I kind of like it giving you a Hitmontop more so, yeah. That's gonna be overkill for Pokemon that are 4 times weak. Wait, what? A Machamp from the Master would be like, feels appropriate, honestly, for like how far you have to go out of your way. Honestly, like, to me, feels fair, but I don't know. I know, everyone thinks Slugma's Gen 3 because it was just so underrepresented. And Yeah, I like Smogma here. So there's your Tyro. Honestly, Tyro is not that good. And, you know, there's an item in this game called the Brick Piece that never had a use. We were talking about maybe making it accessible in the warehouse of the department store and making that how you evolve Tyrogue. I really like that. Yeah, Corsola is a rock type, but like again, it's just like a little too, it's a little too like non-uniform, I guess, is how I feel about it. Like a Larvitar on the Cool Trainer, that feels right. It's like, oh, he has a rare Pokemon, you know? Karate Master gives you Annihilate. When is the ROM coming out? No idea. I just don't think about it. The biggest thing is like, I'm realizing is like, I think people are very like, yo, like, this is a ROM hack and like, I want this now. And like, you know, like you're making a, you know what I mean? But it's like, I want you to remember, I am like one person doing this and this is like a passion project. So it'll be out when it's out, you know, because I'm not gonna ruin my like enjoyment of this just because like people want to play it early, and I'm really grateful that people are excited for it. But like, I want to like enjoy this process, you know. Like if this project was over tomorrow, I would be like, damn, it's like done. Like this is fun for me, and I don't want to you know, lose it. I always thought Swift was kind of bad, but then I remembered like, yo, stab moves are a thing. So Teddiursa Swift, that's a 90 base power move. That's going to be really good. Are you doing this on your own? Yeah, I mean, I do have help. Like, I don't want to say like I'm doing... Oh, that's the other thing. Oh, man. Okay. I don't think everyone's going to love this change as you're seeing right here, but I feel like it is okay to put Ammonite and Kabuto in the early game of Johto, because sure, they're fossils in Kanto. Why did they maybe not go extinct here? You know, maybe they just went extinct in Kanto. And the thing I like about this is Kanto is like much more about technology and stuff. So I don't know, to me it's like, oh, maybe like it was like a recent like extinction. But Johto is much more about like nature and like being integrated with the land and stuff. So I thought it would kind of make actual sense to have this be here. And they're down in the basement, so like they're near the water, right? Like the top thing does have water too, but I like them being down like in the lower floor. You kind of have to go out of your way to get it, but it feels good. Their Pokemon, I think it would be cool to like use for a full playthrough. I don't even know if I'm gonna catch this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, just for what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cheat. We're gonna make a save state, and we'll just continually throw this Pokeball until it catches it. All right, so we can just go back in time, throw it again. We can go back in time, just for your guys's. You know, it's not an easy catch, obviously. Let's try. There it is. Or maybe they restored them and released them into... Oh, gosh, dang it. I hit F1 again. Sorry, guys. Yeah, they restored them, put them in the wild. There's like a ton of things you could say. Time capsule. They would actually fit well into the Whirl Islands, too. It's just like... I don't know. It's like a Pokemon you don't ever really get to use. That was the big thing for me. Like, you never get to use these guys, like especially for a full run, because you get them very late and they evolve late, and so it's just kind of like sad, you know. So anyway, Kabuto is also down here, but like obviously praise Lord Helix. So you know what I'm saying. Yeah, again, like they could be fossils in Kanto. That doesn't mean they have to be fossils everywhere around the world, you know? Like maybe there was something in... Oh, Onyx is the other guy down here. Anyway, there is a... I kind of want to just find Kabuto just to show it's down here, but like the encounter rate is pretty low. So anyway. Also, it is a unique typing. Like Water Rock obviously has its issues, but like Rock is a good type for this gen, and you need a water type, so Aerodactyl, on the other hand, is like... Honestly, Aerodactyl is like one of the best Gen 2 Pokemon, and it should not be like an early game. I think personally, I kind of like where Aerodactyl sits. Like, you can get it in Kanto. I think there should be some cool stuff in Kanto still. Like, that's only Kanto. Like, Houndour shouldn't be in Kanto. But Aerodactyl, you trade it with that lady for the Chansey, feels fine to me. Yeah. So, you know, I think that's still like a cool little addition. You know, you get that late Aerodactyl. Wow, I'm dumb. Oh, that's a tough move pool though. You might have to work for this guy a little bit. I don't know when Ammonites gets like Water Gun, but I might increase it if you get it at level 8. This is all good stuff to know though. Wow. I'm sorry you guys have to experience this. Yeah, Aerodactyl is like I love Aerodactyl, dude. Like it is so like as like a visually, like its design is amazing, but holy shit, it's good, dude. Like its coverage is great. It's so fast. Oh my god, it's like dude, I can't get enough of Aerodactyl. Anyway, so maybe you didn't want Growlithe. Oh yeah, we added Machop out here too. The reason being is Hiker Anthony, like this guy right here, he's rocking Machop. I thought it felt okay. So we got Slugma out here. There's a Fire Breather with a Slugma, so that makes sense. And there's also Vulpix out here. This was always a very underwhelming route. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Lapras encounter is still there. I would like, and there's your Vulpix. Because I know there's a lot of Vulpix lovers, and that's understandable because it is sick. Don't want to fight Hiker Anthony. Hiker Anthony is that guy that like, you just made it through like the longest stretch ever. And even though you get the heal at the end of Route 32, like I always just felt like Hiker Anthony is just there to like, you're so close to the Pokemon Center and then he just destroys you. So, Union Cave is under the ruins of Alph. I mean, it kind of makes sense then, doesn't it? Oh, Water Gun is level 19. Okay, Ammonite, Water Gun at like level 7. Can someone tell me when Kabuto gets it too? Because I think they should both just have Water Gun early. That's a bit of a tragedy. I'll show you guys what's up in Ilex Forest. Metapod. I had originally put the starters in Johto, and I decided like, you know, the starters get enough love. Let's leave them to like, well, actually you still can get them like just before the Elite Four, but like, you know, I had Bulbasaur here, and after I thought about it, I was like, man, that feels like a little like I want to give the Johto like starters proper room to shine, and I think giving them like letting you, there's your Murkrow. It's gonna be a tough catch, but Murkrow's honestly like, I almost wonder if Murkrow is a little too early. Oh, I have one Pokeball. All right. Haven't fixed the balls. You know, like you can get a Heracross at this point too, but Murkrow is good. Kabuto doesn't get Water Gun. I think Kabuto, or maybe Kabuto gets like early rock throw at 7, and then maybe the vice versa at like level 14. So they both get an early rock and I think it's too early at this point. It does feel a little early to me, because also it's like, oh, you can catch this and kind of like stomp Bugsy, I feel like. Oh, Kabuto gets absorb. All right. See, Pineco feels good here. I actually just put Pineco on the floor at a low encounter rate. I think the reason for me that I did that is like, I like that you have to headbutt Pineco, but also I kind of just like feel like as a Pokemon you don't really see. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to like, I wanted you to be able to like see it. So, and again, Murkrow feels like it should exist in Ilex Forest. It's just kind of good at that point in the game. The other thing is, I'm like, man, there's a lot of options. Like, I have a team right now, you know? It's kind of insane. Guys, I really got to pee. Can I just ask you to be patient with me? Wait 30 seconds. I will be right back. We're back. Thank you so much for your patience. I've been holding that for like since the Faulkner fight. There's so many people here. I didn't want to lose y'all, but okay. Did we talk to Kurt? No. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of like all the balls. There's a lot that needs to be fixed there. Okay. There's no way to make Murkrow spawn in certain spots, because that would feel better if after you beat Bugsy you could get Murkrow. The one thing we could do is make Murkrow a headbutt encounter in Ilex Forest. That would be maybe fair, you know? Like, it's good, but you gotta go out of your way for it. Murkrow headbutt encounter Ilex Forest? Question mark. Yeah, Murkrow... I think other people... seem to be agreeing, so we got a Dunsparce here. I actually feel like the level curve, it hasn't like increased since Route 32, and this feels okay. So I think I just need to like bump 32 down a little bit, like as I had said. Yeah, you could put Murkrow as one of the special headbutt trees, like the ones that hold Heracross. Yeah, and that's another thing, you know. It's like, yeah, you could get Heracross super early, and it's cracked, but it's not easy, you know? So it's like, I do kind of see the like need to have a bit of an obstacle for some of the better Pokemon. Oh, Murkrow could go to National Park. Man, that's not a like nighttime National Park, Murkrow. I actually kind of like that. I kind of like that. National Park night. Man, that's actually not a bad idea. I did make some changes to National Park too. I think I put Scyther always in National Park. It's just like a low encounter rate if it's not the bug catching contest, simply because it's annoying when you're like playing on an emulator and you're like, oh, it's the wrong day to go to the, you know, bug catching. Just do not do anything with Dunsparce and Unknown. Yeah. Okay, well, I think a lot of people are agreeing that that's a good idea for Murkrow, and I like it. I think that feels really good. There is an interesting trainer coming up that we're going to have to talk about. The only thing I'm like, man, should you have it easily have a... Right, okay, just to explain. When you're like adding 1 million Pokemon to the early game, it's sick because players can build any team they want. But at the same time, like there's a balance between like, man, there's 9 Pokemon I want to use, where it's like you have, there is a point where you get to too many options is what I'm trying to say. At the same time, I think it gives people the ability to like really build a team they want, and that's fun too. Ooh, a feature to change the time of day. That's interesting. You could just change the time. Yeah, give Team Rocket more Pokemon than what they had 3 years ago. Yes, exactly. So this person is the exact same. I can just this is the exact same team. Because again, you want it to be kind of reminiscent. Wow, that Poison Sting is strong now, man. Like Stab Poison Sting is like I put it to 40, I think, or I put it to 35. You gotta watch out for that Stab Poison Sting now. So an addition that we have. So Hyuk. I don't know if there's anyone that is like as deep into Gen 2 as me to recognize Hyuk guy. But this dude appears first originally in the Rocket Hideout, and then in the underground of the radio tower section, he actually is like, Hyuk, I remember you. So I decided to give him a little arc. Like just a very small, just a little arc. So he's got a name, and he's got a cool team. And eventually, basically how it's going to work, yes, Hyuk guy, Pog! He is the Chad of Team Rocket, and he needed some love. So this is obviously a terrible matchup, but holy, bro, that kid not that bad, dude. Murkrow's just gonna have to die. I guess I could have swapped Phanpy if I wanted to go like big brain, but I'll do it now. We're not Nuzlocking. Yeah, I mean, there's some characters have been inserted into Team Rocket. I added Jesse and James because I felt like there are 2 characters in this gen that really feel like Jesse and James. But basically, this guy, I don't really know where the name Ito came from. It just kind of felt okay. This guy, basically, he's going to have the bipedals. So Electabuzz, Poliwrath, Magmar, I think he gets a Rhydon later, a Jinx. Like he's got all the elemental standing Pokemon, basically. That's basically what this guy's deal is all about. I guess that's not really gonna do anything. God, oh, it's so bad. I can't even. Yeah, Lapras encounter is currently just Fridays. Thinking about maybe moving that, but I guess if you're on an emulator, you can always just change the day on your computer, and then it'll update. Level 12 Thunder Punch. Yeah, I think this guy's a little too strong, but I like his team. Hyuk guy to level 12. This guy feels like the final boss more than the actual final boss will. Anyway, I love that we have the love for Hyuk guy. I always, like, I found that to be a really nice Nice. Teddy Ursa, goated, bro. Does he have a... We need the money, but selling slowpoke tails? Okay. So anyway, his whole thing is like, he's gonna... First, you fight him here. You're gonna see him in the rocket tower. And when you fight him for the last time, he's actually gonna have a change of heart and be like, you know what? Like, this just isn't for me. I'm out of the crime business. Heart is good. Yeah, Almanite is gonna get water gun early. I don't know if I can. Bro, I'm amazed. Like, of all the Pokemon we have, Teddy Ursa is like just such a nice Pokemon that I've been leaning on from this run. Feels really good. So yeah. How long have we been streaming for? About an hour 20, actually. This hasn't been super long. Spoilers, sorry. The 3 pre-evos? I guess I just didn't want to give him... I know it would make sense to give him a Jinx, wouldn't it? Or, whatever, baby Jinx. Why did I just hit scratch? Oh, no. Whoa, level 15? Oh, that's a little too high. I am fine with this fight, but... What has he got? Oh, it's just a level 15. I think I would still... Final Rocket... Final Rocket... Although maybe it should be kind of hard, you know? It is just one Pokemon. Yeah, yeah, okay. I think the Hyuk guy could do with, like, maybe level, like, 11, even. Is Teddy Ursa really that good? Because it is... it is, like, doing really good. It's got 80 attack. Oh. Okay, that is why Teddy Ursa is doing so good. It's not crazy, but like 330 base stat, just to give you an idea, like, let's see, Totodile. Totodile has 314 base stat. So, I like Teddy Ursa being early game, but I'm also like, maybe if we want it to be available in the early game, we have to nerf it like a little bit. Yeah, because Teddy Ursa is literally carrying us right now. It's about to not, but the rest of the team is like, yeah, it's okay. And then Teddy Ursa is just, I mean, Swift Stab is really good. Meganium was my favorite. Saw good. Oh yeah, don't worry. You're not the first to ask. Is a repurposed starter. I think Teddy Ursa is kind of centralizing here because it's kind of better than anything else you have. So I don't know if it's best to consider fights with. Wait, what do you mean? All right. Anyway, we're into the second gym now. This team has been switched around a little bit. I don't know if I love the Yanma here, but I also don't hate it. And a Pineco. Does this have self-destruct? Yeah, maybe Teddy Ursa is too early. Forest sounds like a perfect spot for Teddy Ursa. Yeah, you could just put it a little bit later too. I don't want it to be too late. Like, I do like Teddy Ursa, but like it does feel like it's just tearing through everything right now. But I'm happy that I have it because the rest of my team is like, eh. Then again, here's the other thing I would say. Is this Teddy Ursa any better than a Geodude would be performing right now? Like, no. The other thing I'm realizing is, like, I'm, like, kind of actually not that high leveled. I mean, I also, to be fair, do have 6 Pokemon, where you might normally want, like, 4 here. I just think its placement is fair. Some people are saying they think it's all right. I'm kind of torn. Teddy replaces Murkrow in the forest, so you could get it at this point. Crow goes to National Park. Yeah, first 76 base attack, but that's evolved, you know? Oh, in the original Crystal, Teddy Ursa did appear in Dark Cave. I like the philosophy of the hack, but you may be making too many Pokemon available too early. And that's kind of where I'm at too. That's like my biggest thing is I'm like, maybe I put too many options out there. So Houndour, we are going to make it only available at nighttime, which does limit you a little bit because then you're giving up some other Pokemon potentially. But yeah, Teddy Ursa in Ilex Forest kind of does feel a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you want to lower its stats if you don't have to. This is a lucky burn, I will say. So, again, I mean, I know earlier I was like, no potions, but like, I'm trying to just kind of get through this. Oh yeah, Leech Life is a good move now. So like, it's burned, right? I was like, why did that do so little? But it does do 50 now. Anyway. So that person has a Butterfree. This person has a Beedrill. Make Eevee. Why make Eevee wild? And the thing with Eevee is it's not that good early game. So like it's kind of there if you just want to like go for the early Umbreon Espeon, really. I guess that's kind of what I was thinking. But then again, like you get like level 5, like you get like a level 20 Espeon. Is that like a little too cracked? It's hard to say. I like these catchers though. I really like these updated teams with a Beedrill. Oh, wow. Like Beedrill and Butterfree is like a way more interesting team. Because I like these two Pokemon a lot. I like to give them a bit of exposure. 4 fire types before the second gym seems like a bit much. Yeah, you could move. I would move Slugma to like Burn Tower. Maybe, I don't know. I like where Houndour is simply because it kind of acts as like a nighttime version to Growlithe. Olka says, thoughts on giving one mon of the gym leaders an egg move if after the daycare to show the players the mechanic? That exists. Like where, yeah, like if you go through the movesets, you'll see like there's some improved movesets for sure. Thank you for the super chat. And Shito says, I'm so excited for playing this for take time. I appreciate it, and I like most people get that, but also just kind of need to put it out there like, yo, let's enjoy this process. Houndour though, like again, Houndour is like not that great. It's really Houndoom that puts the hound in doom. Okay, some people are saying Houndour should be in Burn Tower. The reason Leech Life is where it's at is because it's an early game move. You know, there's so many people are saying make Leech Life 70 base power, and it's like, I want it to be. Yeah, no. Anyway, I guess I'm just gonna get a little frustrated, like saying the same thing over and over. But like with Leech Life, like it's a really early game move, and it's still a significant buff. You know, you want to talk like, oh, well, in later gens it's like this, but yeah, later gens has power creep. You know, like you can't look at later gens as to say like this is how you should do Gen 2, because later gens everything is better. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to look at the game itself and see the precedents that like Game Freak set. Does that make sense? God, I'm such a nerd. You got to be Pinsir, by the way? What? Honestly though, like I get the representation, but god damn. I kind of want a Murkrow for this fight. Yeah, Leech Life is fine, you know? It's like Mega Drain, exactly. It's not a Giga Drain, but yeah, it's okay. I don't really want to give Pinsir Mega Horn. I just like, Gen 2, that was Heracross's move. You know? I don't want to, yeah. Make rollout 60 base power. Do you know how broken that would be? It would do 60, 120, 240, 480, 960. 960 base power. The second hit would be 120 base power. Oh, okay, so Bugsy. I'm gonna lose. I like didn't even mean to really go into this fight. Sorry, I was reading chat and I was like, oh, next trainer. Maybe that Ice Punch is a little too much. God damn. God damn. Oh no. Please give rollout 60 base power, 100% accuracy. Man, dude, what the hell? Ledian, like, actually kind of good. The light screen setup on Ledian is nice. I wonder... The reason I gave it Ice Punch is so you can't just come in here with a Geodude and sweep. But god damn, bro, it just one-shot Murkrow. Holy... This is a tough fight without a rock Pokemon. I think we can all see that. Like, thank God for Teddy Ursa. Who would have thought Ledian terrifying? Make Fury Cutter like rollout. I mean, it basically is, but it's better because you don't lock into it. Oh, but should Fury Cutter be... Oh, that's the trade-off, is it does less damage, but you don't lock into it. Damn, bro, hitting that crit on me. I didn't even go... Okay, here's what we gotta do. We're gonna have to sacrifice for Houndour. Oh my god. I'm very underleveled. Again, I have 6 Pokemon, though, and I haven't done any training. This is like a good fight. Poison Sting, dropping bombs on us. Okay. Ammonite, what you got, man? Oh, we got Bite on Ammonite. All right, we have obviously done something wrong in the code. Dark moves are showing up as Ghost now. That's confusing. Wait, is that... This is poison type, right? Right? Ghost is bad against poison type? Can we confirm that? So if this was... Okay, it says it's Ghost, but if it was Ghost type, it would say it's not very effective. Right? Because if you were hitting a Ghost move, if you were hitting Ariados with a Ghost move, that would be coming up as it's not very effective. Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, Poison does not resist Ghost? Is that like a Gen 1 thing, maybe? So I did change it. I'm wondering if it's just saying it's Ghost. Ghost... Oh, Ghost resists Poison. Okay, so we're gonna have to we're gonna have to find a normal type Pokemon, hit it with Bite to see if it just has the properties of Dark, but is saying it's Ghost, or if it actually is. I thought what I did is I changed it, and it might have, but it... okay, Ghost resists Poisons. Thank you, guys. Okay. That's the thing. Ledian and Ariados, not the highest stats. So that's good to know. We buffed Scyther to 17. I don't know if you really need to. It's hard to say. That's going to start doing a lot of damage. Also, why would I set up the withdrawal? But, yeah. Yeah. All right, maybe a flinch. Oh, yeah, this thing has Twin Needle now, too, which does a total of 70. For those, I know there's a lot of people that aren't going to know this yet. We're probably going to lose this. But what we've done is... Wait, bug hits fired normally? See, I don't even know Pokemon, obviously. I'm such a scroob. I mean, honestly, this guy is kind of like stomping me right now. Like, I'm going to have to use that revive. And then even then, it's like, can Murkrow do it? Bug beats Dark, yes, but... God, there's so much happening right now. I'm so confused. I'm just... Oh, for the Houndour. Right. It's super effective against its Dark typing. Not very effective against Fire. I was very confused there. So that's we're going to say the same thing on Hound. Which actually does make Murkrow like a little... it's still good for this spot, though. Holy shit. All right, so I went into that fight with not even a team of healed Pokemon, and we lost. I also don't like have an amazing team. Like, we're very underleveled for this fight. So let's say like Murkrow. Well, I don't know if we want to even have Murkrow, but we can do like a... Yeah, and then maybe like Houndour, give that like a 15 Houndour maybe. I feel like that would make the difference. You know what I'm saying? That Scyther is scary, man. I almost wonder if it's too scary now. So Twin Needle is a move that I kind of wanted to just make a middle, like 70 base power, good bug move. And I just made Twin Missile available to a lot more Pokemon and made it do 235 hits for 70 total. But now I'm like, damn. Scyther without the free time of his other two in vanilla is scary. Yeah, Bugsy is looking kind of cracked. I'm almost wondering if we should pull it back a little bit. Because that's the thing, is like his first two Pokemon were free, so you could kind of set up, other than losing speed. You know, there's a lot you could do before, but now like he's got two decent Pokemon. What does an Ice Punch do? Like, it's not cracked. Again, I also really need to preface, we're doing this without a rock type. The thing about backporting moves is I think it changes the game more than I'd rather. I don't want to add any new moves in. I'm very adamant on not doing that. But yeah, again, if I had a Geodude for this fight, like, yes, like Ice Punch exists for Geodude basically. But there is a part of me that's like, if I had a rock type here, like, it's just like so much of this would be free, you know? I mean, also, what if I just want to like withdraw spam? I mean, he's going to double team spam, so that kind of sucks for both of us. Oh, man. That's annoying. I'm also underleveled. And that's the other thing, is I'm also quite underleveled, you know? Without a rock type. Sorry, without a Pokemon with rock type moves. Very important distinction there. All right, so, but you know, and I think it's important that you can go into a fight like a level or two under and still come out on top. All right, so there we go. Ariado's down. Big level up for Murkrow. Now, let's see what's Murkrow. Because part of me is like, man, maybe Murkrow is at a good spot for this gym. Because... I don't know. Murkrow's a big question for me. Like, should it be here? Like, that was 2 or 3 levels higher. That wasn't a very hard fight. Yeah, I don't think I want to change anything or anyone. Yeah, Gen 2 Murkrow sprite is great. I love it. A lot of people are saying this. I'll say it again for people that weren't here earlier. So my thought process was giving Omanyte Water Gun at level 7, Rock Throw at level 14, and then give Kabuto Rock Throw at 7, Water Gun at 14. That way, because like right now they don't have early stab moves and they're kind of useless without that. I just like, why would you give it Bite before you give it Water Gun or Rock Throw? You know, it's like so stupid. So to me, that feels good. That feels like a fair change. Leave levels the same. You can keep Murkrow and Ilex Forest. Murkrow does not feel OP right now. It really doesn't. Like, yes, it's a final evolved Pokemon, but you're also going up against a final evolved Pokemon. I actually don't hate Murkrow here. Maybe we want to make it only available at night. This is like beta. Right, so this guy's gonna start with a Larvitar. So it's rival time. Little peek at the rival. Guess we'll just play through. We'll do this. I don't know. We'll keep going. Yeah. Also, Murkrow is very glass cannon. So Bugsy's team is good. It is good. Yeah. Like it's not a bad team. Oh, Ghost Flag Story. There's been an issue. Oh, he's gonna start with an Oddish? What the F? Okay. I guess the Reflect isn't really gonna do anything. Why did I do that? Oh, my bad. Okay, so I think this guy just has 3 16s. Bugsy has a 15, a 15, and a 17, so that feels okay. This fight. Okay, there's the Larvitar. So Mabi. And Larvitar is kind of meant to be like a bit of an easy kill, because it's you gotta watch the video. So Quilava, yeah, we switched the Flaffy or the Mareep. So we had given him a Mareep, and we actually switched it. Because I felt like, man, actually, Omanyte is a very good counter to Quilava. What am I trying to say here? So the idea is that he'll have an Oddish into Gloom, which is a lot more like menacing, kind of his personality. But then in the final fight, right before the Victory Road, he'll evolve it into a Blossom, which is kind of like a little happier. Yeah, so Mareep has been swapped. Originally in the video I said Mareep, and we swapped that with Oddish. Dude, Murkrow, I agree with whoever said that. Murkrow does look sick. It's a good Pokemon. I don't know. After Bugsy, that's like such an easy fight. After Bugsy, Silver feels really easy. But maybe he's supposed to feel easy. And to be fair, his previous team was just hard because of the starter. But to be fair, it was a Zubat and a Ghastly. It's not like it's any worse than it was. Water rock type loses to a fire type. I know. Tragic, dude. One thing I've been thinking about is turning bug into a turning the move cut, into a bug type. Cut serves zero purpose outside of its HM use in this game. Because the moment you learn cut, which actually is like up to this point in the game, right? Cut is actually a pretty good move. I think it does 70 damage with a 5% chance to miss. Or maybe it's 65, maybe it's 60. I hope it's not 55. But even if it was 55, that would still be pretty good for a relearnable normal move. But right out there, right after I talk to this guy, I get headbutt, which is 100% accuracy, 70 normal move that causes flinch. Cut as a bug type move is brilliant. The thing I like about that too is then I can change the twin needle thing. Like twin needle can stay its move, but I'm like, man, does Scyther really like twin needle just doesn't, it just doesn't feel like the perfect move, and cut would really solve a lot of the bug problems. It's 50. Yeah. You can make it bug type 50. You could even make a bug type 60. All right, ready guys? Through the power of Celebi, I did it. Gotta watch over that Murkrow, bro. God damn. I also don't like Farfetch'd on Falkner. Like, it's also not really a Pokemon that gives like me, like it doesn't really give me vibes that it's doing like a ton of flying, you know? Yeah, it's like, oh, got headbutt. Sick. You know? Yeah, GS Ball is available. Ready. So that's kind of Ilex Forest. I think you still get Sweet Scent here. Yeah. I don't really want to fight anyone here. There are some changes. I think we got like Snubble, Abra. Abra's like a little more available though. But Mankey feels right here. Like Mankey just feels like it should exist here. Also, like the only fighting type that was in this area, the only fighting type you could get right before Whitney was Machop, which you had to do a trade for, trade the Abra, and it's like you gotta get 2 Abras because everyone wants to run Abra. I think Mankey feels good there. So I think there is something. That actually might be it, but Mankey feels good there. Better leveled. Got some decent trainers. So I'll show you the department store. It's still, we got normal stuff. Normal stuff. What do you have? Okay, so stones, but they're expensive. I might drop that to 9,800, but honestly, I also don't hate them being 20,000 because like getting a Flareon or like would be a lot right now. But I kind of like it. It's like they're here. Like just you got to save. You got to work for it. Making bug karate chop. Oh, so 50 base power, high crit rate. That would be cool. Yeah, I think I like them being expensive. Right? It means like they are accessible, but not easily. Right? Like you can't just like catch 5 EVs and like run them. Maybe 15K. Make them more expensive, honestly. I don't know. I'm kind of... You could still get gold coin early. Oh, amulet coin? On those bike prices. Rare candy, again, that's mainly for Nuzlockers. But that's that dude. The other thing I did is this dude has okay, so we've got Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Electric, Thunder Punch. I added Giga Drain to the department store. And the reason I did this is, again, mainly in an attempt to make Chikorita better. I feel like after, even by this point, Chikorita kind of feels like it's starting to fall off. And it does learn Giga Drain through level up. Electric Punch, shut up. No. So personally, I would toss the Vine Whip, Giga Drain, and Razor Leaf. I don't like Whitney having a Snubble because I personally don't feel like Snubble is cute. I feel like it's the ugliest Pokemon I've ever seen in my life. I don't really get it. Yeah, it cuts using claws, scythes, etc. I don't know, it feels kind of bugged. Rare candies being $1, but the stones being 20k is hilarious. Yeah, but I don't think you should have access to a stone yet. You could easily have access to a stone, I mean, I spent a lot of money, and I also wiped, so I should have 10 grand right now. Don't wipe, and I'm also sending money to my mom, so I would probably have about almost enough for a stone, given those things weren't true. It's so ugly that it becomes cute. Oh, I hate Snubble. I gave it Teddy Ursa. I gave her Teddy Ursa. Yeah, so other than that, I'm trying to think if anything else here has really changed. Let's see what we can do. I'm just gonna you know who I do want to just take a peek at to see who's better is this guy. Because he used to have a bunch of Voltorbs, and now he just has a level 18. Wait. Oh, that was a Sonic Boom. Oh, this thing's kind of good. This thing's kind of good. Phanpy still feels kind of bad, but it gets magnitude, not super late in the teens. Yeah, Granbull is cool, but Snubble... I like Teddy Ursa. All right, so that guy feels better rather than him having, 8 Voltorbs, which is just so annoying. I wanted to see what's here, because I know there are different Pokemon here now. Oh yeah, there's Nidoran, and you can get Moonstone, so you can hit that, you can get that early Nidoking, Nidoqueen if you want to grind for it. I don't like Pugs. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't like Pugs. I feel the same way about Pugs. Maybe not quite as much, but Snubble just looks so ridiculous. Snubble literally looks like it wants to die. I swear there are other Pokemon. You can catch Scyther here at just a low encounter rate. All right, what's this lady got? Skiploom. That feels okay. Teddy Ursa is too weak for Whitney. I mean, Whitney's really good already, so it's just giving her another Pokemon. It's also funny that you're saying that because everyone here is yo, Teddy Ursa's so good. Yeah, I would like to do gym leader rematches of Sunkern. Oh, okay, so that's Sunkern. Yeah, I could have caught it. All right, so there is a way to get through here. There's a little crack in the fence. And I'm just gonna make sure I don't break the game because I don't know if I coded this right. Chris found a Sunstone. It's really annoying to get a Sunstone in original Crystal. I wanted to make the Sunstone accessible because it's new. It's a new stone. So we're just putting the Sunstone right there. And then you can get an early Sunflora. And Sunflora kind of needs some love. I also gave it 20 more base power. So it's got 125 special attack. It's not great other stats, but it at least now has that, Man, an early dark type? Ooh. Murkrow feels good, but I don't feel like Murkrow doesn't feel busted, Feels good, though. This guy has a Tangela, I think. Damn, Murkrow, perfect Pokemon for this. And, level 20, but this also kind of exists as, you beat Whitney and then come out here if you want, or if you want to get some training in. So that feels good to me. Yeah. That's true. Whitney is not that strong if you know what you're doing, but neither is Bugsy, you know, if you know what you're doing. Neither is anyone really if you know what you're doing. I don't want the early game to be like really hard, you know. I love the line, but it replaces for Togetic. I'm not sure I like it. Really? I was having second thoughts about the Furret Togetic. I also want to keep her with 3 Pokemon because the way it arcs is better, where you have the first guy has 2, then you have 3 on the second gym leader, 3 on the third, 4 on the fourth and fifth, 5 on the 6th and 7th, and then Claire can have the 6th team. And some people don't like that because they're like, oh, well, she has more Pokemon than Claire. Claire has more Pokemon than the Elite Four, but the Elite Four is 5 fights in a row, whereas Claire is just 1. And I don't know. I'm open to it just being 5, but I kind of like Claire still staying 5. But I didn't like Price having 6. Or sorry, I like Claire having 6. I don't know if I want Claire to have or Price to have 6. All right, guys, I think we're gonna call it there. My words are getting mixed up. So that's a little look at the game so far. I feel like there's still so much work to do and so many small changes. Yeah, like I don't hate Teddiursa being where it's at. I think Ursaring learns all the punches, and that might be a little too much. I don't know if anything should learn all 3 punches. There's a lot of Pokemon that do, and it feels busted. Like Whitney's gonna have 3 Pokemon. It just, the progression feels wrong. I like it being like 2 in a row will have the same number of Pokemon and it builds. I like how that builds. So that's gonna, like, Whitney with Apom again. It's like, the thing a lot of people said is like, but is it cute, you know? And I like Whitney with Togetic, but Togetic gets, like, you literally get it as an egg. Like it should be yours to discover, not Whitney's Pokemon. So I like the thought process with that. Ursaring also has bad special, so that's a fair point. You know, maybe it's fine to just not be crazy. Yeah, and there, you know, I don't mind. That's the thing. A normal type getting a bunch, like, normal types do get a lot of elemental moves. So yeah. Oh, no. Apom is just, like, not really that cute. Teddiursa, it fits her team the best. If you're going to add 1 Pokemon, I feel like that is, like, the cutest normal type you could add. Don't you dare insult Mama Bear. Yeah, you'll always get 4 flack for nursing buffs. And that's the thing. People are so mad about Gengar and Alakazam like only getting a Thunder Punch now. But, like, I'm just not, like, I'm not budging on that. You should not be able to solo the champion with a single Pokemon. There's just, it's just stupid. Like, that's just so stupid. People are like, oh, but, like, I like because I feel like smart that it's like, no, it's just broken. It's just broken. The best sweeper in the game gets Thunder Punch and Ice Punch. That alone, like, the Bolt Beam, it's just too much. It's too much. You know, throw that on Gengar. It's like immunity to all of Lance's Hyper Beams. Like, it's so, they're so good already. I've talked about this way too much. I think my problem right now with the ROM is that I'm at a place where there's a lot of people joining in, and I'm finding I'm having to repeat myself, and I'm taking a lot of time away from working on the ROM to, like, talk to people. So I'm gonna probably be doing that a little bit less. And only 300 of you are hearing that, of, like, the, you know, 80,000 people that watched the last video. But yeah, also, like, you can still play vanilla if you want to solo the Elite Four with 1 Pokemon. Yeah. The same people that complained about the punches probably grew up spamming Earthquake and Gen 1. Exactly, right? Yeah. So I wanted to. You're right, I did want to. But for my own personal grievances with Gen 2, I had to. Starmie gets Bolt Beam. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I am really excited about this. I know there's sometimes I'm like, oh, this is a lot, and it can be a little bit of a stressful project now that there's like a lot of excitement for it, but I wouldn't want there not to be this excitement for it, and I am really excited. So if you don't see me talking as much, maybe it's just because I'm trying to focus on the ROM itself, but I really appreciate all the excitement for it, and I'm gonna try to keep working on this as much as I can. This is definitely a side project for me, so it's not like this is my full-time job is making this Romhack, but with people watching the videos and supporting the channel is doing a lot better, and so I am obviously like, there being like people watching the videos like gives a financial incentive to this, which does make it a little more doable, because it's like I can take time out of my day to work, like out of work, because it kind of becomes work. So there is that. If you're watching the videos, really that's all I need, because that's basically like supporting the project. Anyways, much love, guys. I really appreciate this. I'm super pumped about this. Glad to play through it, just because now I feel like I've got kind of the vibe of it back in my head a little bit, and we can continue to make some changes. But I think it's going to be very important to nail the early game, just in balancing. So yeah. Crystal Enjoyers, rising up. Crystal Gang. I'll see you guys later. Much love. Peace.